Piece of music. Is that from the Barber of Seville?
Yes, that's a piece of music that happens when... Wait, maybe you can guess what's happening from what it sounds like.
That sounds like fun. Well, it was very fast. You seem to be playing a lot of notes.
You're right, there really were a lot of notes in that.
Well, it's certainly something with a lot of action. What do you think is happening here? Do you think it's a beautiful love song or a lullaby to help someone fall asleep?
I think it would be very difficult to fall asleep with all of that noise going on. But you're right, this is an action scene. This is the music that's played when Figaro, Rosina, and the Count are escaping during a storm at night time. It's very dramatic.
Of course, that makes sense. It really sounds like people sneaking around. Can you play the first bit again, and then I can imagine them tiptoeing around? It's very quiet and sneaky music here. It sounds like soft footsteps. That must be the storm. Thunder. Rain. That time. Did you write the music yourself?
No, I didn't actually. This was written almost 200 years ago by a man named Rossini. He lived in Italy.
Yes, I've heard of him before. Rossini wrote lots of other operas too. In fact, he wrote 36 operas. He was so famous, he was like a celebrity in his time.
And almost all of those operas were comedies like The Barber of Seville. He was especially good at writing music that starts very softly and gets louder and louder. This makes it really exciting to listen to. I'll play you an example. This is a song that Figaro sings when he's talking about starting nasty rumours about people. He says that they start very soft, like a whisper, and the voices and words get louder and louder till everybody knows the rumour. Have a listen to how it starts. Now listen to how it starts to build. And now there's the big exciting climax.
So Rossini is using what we call dynamics. That means playing loud and soft to make the music more exciting.
Do you remember last time how we talked about the 4 characters in The Barber of Seville?
We had Figaro the barber, his friend the Count, Rosina, who the Count is in love with, and Aunt Bartola, who doesn't want Rosina to go meet the Count.
One thing that helps us work out which character is which is that they all have different sounding voices. Some of them have high voices and others have low voices. Olivia, what type of voice do you have?
I'm a soprano, which means I have a high voice. The character Rosina in The Barber of Seville is a soprano too.
And Aunt Bartola has a lower voice. She's what's called a mezzo-soprano. Olivia, can you sing something high for us?
Of course.
Wow.
It's the same with the men in in the show. The Count has a high voice, which makes him a tenor, and Figaro has a low voice, so he's called a baritone.
So let me check I got all of that. There's Rosina, who's a soprano with a high voice, and Aunt Bartola, who's a mezzo.
That's right. And then there's the Count.
Who is a tenor, which means he has a high voice.
And Figaro.
Who has a low voice, making him a baritone.
What kind of voice do you think you have? Do you like singing high or low? Does it mean you're a soprano or a mezzo-soprano?
Or maybe a tenor or a baritone.
So today we've talked about how there are different types of voices that sing in the Barber of Seville, which makes it easier for us to work out who is who.
And that the composer used dynamics in the music, loud and soft music, to create different effects. The music tells us things that the words don't and help us to understand what's going on.
We can't wait to see you at the Barber of Seville soon. Look out for the different characters. There's even an extra character we haven't mentioned yet.
And see if you can hear the storm music that we played earlier.
See you at the show.
See you then.